"Blast you, man," I shouted at the first mate. "Blast you!" And then as quick as a mouse's wink, I grabbed that wheel and I faced that typhoon with nothing but raw courage. "Or stand to and keep a lookout," I shouted, "and I'll use your yellow streak for a beacon." I like that. Yellow streak for a beacon. That's good. Okay, where was I? Wide-eyed, the lad soon realized he was more afraid of me than he was of that hurricane. And on wobbly legs like seaweed, he took the watch. Oh, bitter tea. Oh.
Now, Manny, it's not nice to talk to the audience like that. You're the one doing the talking. I'm just the mouthpiece. Oh, but those were the days, weren't they? You're not going to sing again, are you? But we had such a wonderful time out on the road. How would I know? I was always in a box. But look, you weren't alone. I got you that pet, remember? Some pet. A woodpecker. Every time I took a nap, he had a snack.
They told me this was a bad neighborhood, but I wouldn't listen. Oh.
It was the kind of night when you held your breath for no reason at all. Calm as a tomb, but hot enough to put you on edge. On a night like that, mousy little housewives eyed their husbands and silently wished that they were taller, or thinner, or deader. I should have been back at my apartment with a big blonde, but I had to work. 3 murders at the Peaceful Pines Sanitarium, and the cops didn't have a clue. So I got called in. Name's Monday. Harry Monday. I'm a private eye. I bet this put a big hole in $5.
Hey, who are you and how did you get in here?
What's wrong, sister? Gotta get my hand stamped?
Please, sir, we'd rather you didn't smoke.
Sure, kid. Name's Monday. Harry Monday. I was put on the case here.
Oh, so you're here about the difficulties we've been having.
Difficulties? The word is murders, ma'am. Murders. You make it sound like the dog's been scratching himself on the piano leg again.
He has. Aren't you a vet?
Private investigator. The dog's been scratching himself?
On the piano leg. It's just been the strangest thing.
You ought to try a little flea off. Worked great for my boxer.
You have a dog?
No, a boxer. Fights under the name of Kid Gloves. You ought to go a couple rounds with him. Might do him some good.
What is the meaning of this? Beatrice, I told you not to allow anybody in here. And you, what's your business here?
Ain't you afraid of fires?
No, we've got fire alarms over all our doorways. See here, I'm Dr. Morrissey.
You're Dr. Morrissey.
Yes, and I run this institute.
Yes, I know.
You know, you do.
He says he's a private investigator.
Private investigator. Well, you won't find out anything about us.
I won't, eh? Dr. Vernon Morrissey, 40 years old, lives at 733 Chandler Street with mother, who nags you except on Thursday nights when she plays mahjong with her sister and 2 nieces. You've been the head cheese at this place for 8 years, and it's been getting to you for the last 3 of those. You like old movies, nightly walks, and ping pong, but your mother keeps telling you it scars the dining table.
Anything else?
You graduated 7th in your class from Hammett Medical University. During your senior year, your thesis on cellulite and you was published in the journal and subsequently picked up by Reader's Digest. You tried private practice in Boston, but you could never get the hang of the accent. And to this day, you can't watch Cheers on TV without crying.
Is that all?
You drive an '89 Chrysler with power steering and air conditioning. You wanted a 2-door, but they didn't have it in maroon. You have 3 cavities.
That's enough!
What do you have on me?
You're Beatrice Smith, 37. You've been working here for 4 years.
I am exhausted.
So, Monday, exactly what are you doing here?
Don't you know? I was put on the case. I came to look into the difficulties you've been having.
He doesn't mean about the dog.
I know. So you're a private investigator, huh? Small things make basemen proud. That's Shakespeare.
Yeah. Henry VI, Part 2, I believe.
Act 4.
Scene 1.
Spoken by Suffolk.
To the captain.
Well, you seem to know quite a bit about this case.
Only that 3 men were murdered last night.
I suppose I'm a suspect.
Is there some reason you shouldn't be?
Of course. But I wasn't even here last night.
Right. I know where you were.
I suppose that's supposed to frighten me. You see here, Monday, this is a sanitarium, and as of last night, we only have 1 patient left alive, and I'm not going to have you disturbing him with your ham-fisted grilling.
Just who is this patient?
Osgood Harnell, if it's any business of yours. Not only is he a patient here, but he owns this whole building and all the grounds around it.
And has the dubious distinction of being my uncle.
Party.
Hey, I saw her first.
I can't stand it.
Come in, won't you?
Can I get you anything? You name it, anything. Anything.
Down, boy. You're Mr. Harnell's niece?
Now you're cooking on the front burner, honey. Unc got on the blower a couple of nights ago and asked if I could frequent this place. So much for the small town palaver. Any chance I could get a long, tall one?
I'm long, I'm tall.
Don't listen to him. He's a mama's boy.
What can I get you, Miss,
D.A. Tara D.A. What have you got, Toots?
Oh, just the usual red and white.
Yeah. Cranberry juice or milk?
I wouldn't drink anything around here if I was you, kid. Name's Monday. Harry Monday. I'm a private investigator.
And I'm Dr. Vernon Morrissey. Hi there.
Hey, what's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
Romeo and Juliet.
He was first.
Drinks.
So, you're Harnell's niece. You don't look much like a niece. More like a cheerleader.
Very good, Mr. Monday. In high school, I was a cheerleader. They even had a nickname for me.
Hey, what was that?
Bra Boom.
That works. That works.
Excuse us a minute. Keep your motor running.
What?
What do you know about her?
Nothing. I mean, you don't have anything about her in that Funk and Wagnall diary of yours?
Boy, you scared me a minute there. No, I don't have anything. Did you know Harnell had a niece?
No, and I don't care. What?
I just thought of something else. Do you realize that her nickname in high school Was Tara, Ra, Boom, D.A.?
You want a breath mint?
Well, Miss D.A., you've certainly chosen an odd time to fill in your uncle's dance card.
What?
He talks like that. Don't ask me.
What do you mean, odd time?
Nothing. Well, we have had some problems of late in the house.
You mean like insects?
You could say that. People are dropping like flies.
Just a minute there, Monday.
None of your bedside manner here, Doctor. I believe in letting the little lady in on the whole opera, not just certain arias.
Wait, my uncle, he's not.
Oh, no. He's fine. He's safe. Don't worry.
For the time being, that is.
No!
Oh, not what? What?
I broke a nail!
Oh, let me put something on there.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I'm just saying her finger needs some attention.
Sure. First her finger, then.
I'm getting a little tired of your accusations, Monday. I want you to know that we run just say we're sanitized.
So it's going to be that kind of humor?
Prune juice?
Wait, am I to understand that patients, your patients, have been dying?
Nothing to worry your alabaster head about. And such a lovely head it is, too.
You just make sure it stays where it is, Morrissey.
What do you mean by that?
You make it sound like you want to mount it.
Prune juice?
Miss D.A. has such an innocent face, one that bespeaks sweetness and life.
Lucky thing I shaved today.
Don't worry yourself about our trivial problems. Have you had dinner yet?
Yeah, how about a nice tray of hemlock?
Prune juice?
Hey, can we stop a minute? I'm starting to feel like a float.
What's your point?
My point is, she never answered my question. Why did you happen to come by tonight? 3 people get killed and you suddenly show up?
3 people killed?
2, 3, something like that.
So now I'm a suspect?
What do you think, kid?
The police think it was passing gypsies.
Who stopped long enough to kill 3 people?
We get hobos around here all the time.
And why passing gypsies? Don't you have any resident ones?
Say, kid, you got a pretty analytical mind there.
Well. A man who admires me for my mind will wonders never cease.
I like your mind, too.
He's a mama's boy. Watch out if he takes out his stethoscope.
Beatrice, are those the drinks? What is that stuff, anyway?
Prune juice? I'm just guessing now.
So, you think the murderer is still here?
Maybe he is. Or maybe she is.
Awfully free with your pronouns, aren't you?
Monday, why don't you go investigate something and leave us to our own devices?
You have devices?
I would if I could get some cooperation around here. Now, come on, Morrissey. Where do you have the evidence?
What do you mean? What kind of evidence?
You're holding back something. I can tell.
There is something you should see.
Uh-huh. I knew it.
We still have one of the victims.
What?
One of the murder victims.
Yeah,
I
he
hate
was
this.
shot.
I hate this.
You still have him here?
Yes, he was shot.
I hope this isn't too much for you.
Oh, I'm fine. Go ahead.
All right, Morrissey. For the tally books, let's set the record straight. You got 1 that was shot, 1 that was stabbed, and 1 that was poisoned.
No, 2 were shot.
Oh, okay. 2 were shot, and 1 was poisoned.
And 1 was stabbed.
Figured you'd have fainted by now.
Boy, you'd have thought so, wouldn't you?
Okay. 2 were shot, and 1 was stabbed.
And 1 was poisoned.
Hold it. How many people were killed?
3.
Well, it ain't adding up.
You asked how many people were killed.
In a murder, that's usually the kind of question that kind of comes up.
Right,
But you said that 2 were shot, 1 was stabbed, and 1 was poisoned. That's 4 victims.
Right, Monday, but it's kind of like bridge. You have to listen to the bidding very carefully.
Bridge. 4 victims, 3 people.
And like bridge, one of them is a dummy.
So you think you had a tough day. How do you like the staff at Peaceful Pines? Not your average cocktail crowd, is it? And how about that Miss D.A.? Not exactly the kind of woman I'd bring home to Mother, but then again, she never brought one home to me. So we're even on that score. The next day, I made a few calls and looked through the files. Odd how family members always head up a suspect list. The next morning, they all showed. Marimore Mandrake, daughter of the late Captain Mandrake. She inherited the high, but none of the mighty. An actress of some reputation who's appearing in a play downtown. Lily Dramkeen, one of those uptown dames who had her last laugh about 10 years ago. She's the attorney to Captain Mandrake and Osgood Harnell.
Good morning.
I suppose.
Okay.
Hibernetta Hopkins, sometime sailor. Says she's from everywhere and nowhere. Claims to have once worked with Danny O'Donnell. She also claims to be in his will.
Good morning.
I suppose.
What? Hello, everybody! Hello, hello. Hi there.
Last to arrive, Mary Alice Tobias. One of the who's who can't tell you what's what. Says she's Danny O'Donnell's daughter. They're all taking it quite well, don't you think?
Yoo-hoo. You in the battered, out-of-date trench coat. Are you somebody?
I like to think so.
I mean someone in a position of authority. If not, hie yourself away and find one, por favor.
Yes. I haven't time for this thing. Besides, we already told the police all that we know.
Ah, patience, dear friends. In your patience possess ye your soul. Luke 21.
Nay, nay. There is a point where patience ceases to be a virtue. Thomas Morton.
Oh, but remember, all things come round to him who will but wait. Longfellow.
Beware the fury of a patient man. Dryden.
There was a young man from Spain who carried a whip and a chain.
All right. Now that we've added a literate point to this conversation, may I inquire as to why we've all been summoned here?
Yes, and who are you?
Name's Monday. Harry Monday. I'm a private investigator.
Oh, I did do it! Sorry, that was an accident.
It's not about the murders again, is it?
Right the first time, toots.
Toots. Toots.
Look, you illiterate gumshoe, we've already spoken to the police. Why not pester them?
And just what exactly did you say to the police?
Probably what everyone else said. The butler did it. Isn't that what you said, Lily?
Right.
Butler.
Not what I said.
Like anyone's listening to you.
You better be careful. A person could get hurt saying things like that.
Everybody turn your burners down a notch.
What is going on here? Can everybody please try to remember that this is a sanitarium?
May not be a sanitarium for long.
We'll get to the bottom of this. Beatrice, bring me some breakfast and some refreshments for the guests.
You want me to go into the kitchen by myself?
Breakfast.
You give a guy a little authority and a maroon Chrysler.
They didn't have room. Now, see, I'm Dr. Morrissey, the head of this institute. Can everybody please have a seat?
I hope we can make this brief. I have an appointment later.
You have appointments. I have clients for days.
Can we please try to be patient? Remember, in patience, possess ye your souls. All things
We
come
already
around.
did the patience bit.
And you're wearing mine out. I suppose you invited all these people here.
That's right. That's why I was hired.
By who?
We'll get to that later. Miss Dramkeen, you were Captain Mandrake's mouthpiece?
I am. Was his attorney, if that's what you mean. I also represent Mr. Harnell in legal matters.
The bird that owns the joint.
By who?
Well, just one thing. I think our little Miss Lawyer here has some information regarding the sanitarium. Something to do with a will, if I was to take a pop shot.
A will? You mean Osgood Harnell's will? When he dies, this place will cease to exist?
I'm afraid I've betrayed a confidence. I will not say more on the matter.
Does it have anything to do with the petroleum on the piano?
What?
But he loves this place. When did he sign this will?
Well, I suppose I could tell you that. Quite recently, actually. Right here. And I think he was afraid for his life.
Right here. In this room?
Yes. Right here, in this room. You were away, I believe. In fact, we've never met, correct?
Nope.
This is not a magic act. Will you continue?
Well, I was sitting right over here.
And Mr. Harnell?
He stood in the doorway. Yes, he lit his pipe, but we were very quiet.
And the other patients?
They were napping. It was the afternoon. So you see, there really is no secret about it.
You don't call 3 people being murdered a mystery?
I meant regarding the will.
That's better.
Well, Mr. Monday, you must have some sort of opinion by now.
Just a couple ideas waving in the breeze, honey.
Well, do you think the murders were related?
I can't imagine what she's referring to.
I'm just being curious, that's all. I mean, what if it was, some sort of a serial killer?
Oh, boy.
Doggone it, Monday. These people have obviously told the police everything they know. I don't know who hired you. I don't think you're doing a very good job.
Yeah? Hide and watch, buddy. You say this will, Harnell's will, has been kept under your professional confidence. Is that about right?
Of course.
Then how did Marimore Mandrake know about it?
I don't see how she could know about the sanitarium changing hands.
Aha! So it does change hands. Not cease to exist, change hands.
Yeah, go get her.
And you, when you walked in this room a minute ago, you greeted everyone here. Not as one suspect greets another, no. It was as if you were comfortable with this crowd, as if you knew them and knew them well. Like, say, a family.
What are you saying, Monday?
Something everyone here has taken great care to hide, conceal, even protect. Legally, of course. And for that, they'd all need a lawyer, one they could trust.
I warn you, sir, against any slanderous statements made in the heat of the moment.
Isn't that just an ambulance chaser's legalese for a lie? Try this on for size. Aiding and abetting.
What are you trying to say? I don't know anything.
At last, an honest lawyer. Suppose you all want to know what I'm driving at. Just this. There is no Osgood Harnell. Osgood Harnell is really none other than Percival Mandrake, better known to the Police Gazette as Redbeard Mandrake. 30 years ago, he was one of the most hated and feared criminals in American history. His face was up in so many post offices. For years, I thought he was the president. Murder, smuggling, larceny, mopery, nothing was beneath him. Then suddenly, he vanished, disappeared, only to turn up here.
Well, I have never heard of anything so ridiculous.
Really? Then why is it bothering you? Unless, of course, you have something to hide. Like the fact that you're Redbeard's daughter.
Hot damn, this is better than what's my line.
But my name is Tobias.
Doesn't count. That's your married name, husband deceased. We might get to that later. Your maiden name is Dramkeen. Ah, Dramkeen. Now, where have we heard that name before? Why, our illustrious lioness of the courtroom, Lily Dramkeen.
Yes, we're sisters, but we told the police all of that.
Yes, but that name, Dramkeen. So clumsy a name until you play a little Scrabble with the letters. Only to find that Dramkeen is really an anagram for Mandrake.
This is starting to sound like an asthma ward.
So, dear, your secret's finally out. That's what I thought you'd say. And Mandrake might prove an embarrassment in the court of law, so you two changed it. But Mandrake was no burden for our resident Ham. Marimore Mandrake, your sister,
I'll not stand for this. My father.
was not the good captain. You see, being a good captain, he kept a log all his life.
I guess it won't hurt now. Yes, Captain Mandrake was, in fact, my uncle.
Exactly.
And I would like to read his log. Do you still have it?
I never had it, I just
You
made that up.
dirty, rotten, miserable.
What put you on to us?
When you lied about the will and Marimore knew it.
I lied about the will?
Just a second, Monday. How do you know she lied about the will?
Elementary, dear doctor. Elementary. Good. There's still tobacco in it. Take this, stand in the doorway there, and light it. Go on. You said you made out the will while Harnell stood there in the doorway smoking his pipe, and that nobody heard you because you were very quiet.
Yes.
Another facet of Redbeard's career is a little-known fact. You see, I've made something of a study of his life. That's why I think I was put on the case here. Redbeard was one of the last great itinerant fighters. Okay, I had this just in case.
What kind of fighter? What did you call him?
What I mean was, he used to take on anyone and everyone. He'd be willing to fight anyone in any small town who'd be willing to take him on. I have a boxer myself who told me all about it.
All right, yes, I'll save you the trouble. He was also my father.
But how did you know Lily was lying about the will?
He stood smoking his pipe. We were very quiet.
All right, so we're all sisters. We're just not what you'd call close.
So Harnell is really Captain Mandrake's brother.
And Danny O'Donnell's brother. You see, the name Mandrake sounds too much like a magician. Being a ventriloquist, Danny chose a different name.
So we're all related. And maybe that's why they're all murdered. But what about the tramp?
Yes, Mr. Monday. Why was the hobo killed?
I don't know. Not yet, anyway. But at least we now know who everybody really is.
Oh, hello. Sorry I'm late.
Who's that?
Well, maybe we don't know who everybody really is.
Dr. Morrissey!
Beatrice, I told you time and time again not to run into the room like that. You might trip over one of the patients.
What is it, kid?
It's Mr. Harnell. Oscar Harnell. Hans found an old issue of the Police Gazette, and Oscar Harnell, he's not really Oscar Harnell, he's really
Redbeard Mandrake.
You leave a room for 10 minutes.
Mr. Monday already informed us about that little tidbit.
Well, what about this? He's missing.
What?
We looked all over the grounds. He's gone.
Well, if you're not confused, you haven't been paying attention. There we have them, a crowd of suspects with their names blown around like leaves in an autumn storm, only to come to rest in peace in a compost of death. Brother, that was rotten. Well, they can't all be pearls. Remember, we got a trombone player at intermission. Anyway, where was I? With Redbeard on the loose, I figured it would be the best bet to keep everyone close together. Oh, and one other thing. The guy that hired me, no, it wasn't Harnell, Redbeard. I was hired by Dr. Morrissey.
Look, Mr. Monday, we're getting nowhere, and I have an 8 o'clock curtain.
Yeah, and I got 5 o'clock shadow.
Why does he talk like that?
We did a thorough search. We can't find him anywhere.
Who are you?
I'm Hans, the gardener. I take care of the trees and the bushes and the little flowers.
Sounds like a lot of digging.
Just a second, Monday. Don't you start accusing Hans. He's been with us for many years.
I'm just saying he ought to know the grounds pretty well, that's all. Why don't you go play with your thermometer? Thermometer, you ever heard that word before? You get many tramps around here?
Well, yeah, tromping all the time. Tromp,
The men are marching, isn't this a fine parade today?
You seem to be taking this rather lightly.
Look, Skeezix, it's getting dark, and I have to get to the theater.
You have an understudy, don't you?
Well, yes, of course. But like most understudies, she does not have the flair, the panache.
I get it. She's better than you. What's the name of the theater? I'll give him a call.
The historic Holmes Theater, but you...
Don't worry about it. I'll get on the horn and tell him you got a note from home.
Well, I just found out who our new relative is.
I was
Miss D.A.
going to tell you all.
So she's not part of the family.
No. Miss D.A. is just that, a D.A. Works in the district attorney's office. I thought I recognized you. You're new, right?
I transferred from Georgia last week. We picked up Redbeard's trail, and I followed it here.
Well, he obviously got wise and bolted.
You realize, Mr. Ramkeen, you could be brought up on charges.
How can you all just sit around here talking calmly? Can't you see what's happening? Daddy has gone on another of his rampages again. When he's like that, why, he's mad! Crazy, I tell ya! You know what it's like. It's in the blood. His blood. Our blood.
Stop it! Oh, stop it! Stop it!
Oh, see what's happening to us?
Sit down, you little twit.
Oh, aren't we snippy now? You're just jealous because now you're outranked. You're just a lawyer. Now we have ourselves a DA.
I think what you just said is that he killed his brothers and the tramp, and now he's taking it on the lam.
Odd you should put it that way.
But the tramp, why was he killed?
Well, you know how death always comes in threes? Daddy probably figured he'd had a quota.
Can I get back to the greenhouse now? This is scaring heck out of me.
Yeah, sure. And Hans, have Beatrice make supper, too.
Yeah? I think I ate out.
Hold it, Hans. I don't want anyone doing anything alone.
Well, you're not going to be too crazy about what I have to do next then.
All right, everyone, buddy system. Tara, you go with Hans.
But Harry, you didn't hear what
I heard, sweetheart. Go on. It'll give you a chance to look over the grounds.
Oh, by golly, I sure could use the help. We're gonna shovel fertilizer.
Oh, you could say that again.
Mary, you go with Lily.
Wait. What if you're pairing someone off with a murderer?
So you don't think Redbeard is the killer?
I don't trust a lot of people.
And we should trust you.
I do.
Go on. Follow the nice lady to the little girl's room.
This is so embarrassing.
And the rest of you, stay right here in plain sight.
For how long?
We're spending the night.
Oh, that's just gothic.
Look, Redbeard's on the loose, and we know he's not in the house. Do you want to take your chances outside?
You're not going to catch me out that easily.
Catch you out.
Oh, don't you get it? If I'm not afraid to go outside, then I'm obviously not afraid of being murdered. Therefore, I could be the errant assassin. Isn't that how your dime novel mind works?
I ran it up the flagpole, okay, Carmen? By the by, you're cleared at the Holmes tonight. Your understudy goes on in your place. just like she did 2 nights ago. The night of the murders.
2 nights ago. Oh, yes, now I remember.
Oh, now she remembers.
I had a case of laryngitis.
More like a case of bourbon, from what they told me.
You carry your laryngitis in your jacket pocket?
And how about you?
How about me?
Where were you 2 nights ago?
Where were you 2 nights ago?
I asked first.
Sometimes the questions are complicated and the answer's simple. Dr. Seuss. I just want to show you you're not the only ones that can quote around here.
What was that?
Scream?
Stage left.
Harry, it's Redbeard. We found him.
What's wrong? He goosed you?
No. He's in the greenhouse, and guess what?
Dead.
As a carp, by golly. There he was, neatly planted between the hydrangeas and the American Beauty rose.
Then Hibernetta's right. The killer's still with us.
Be that as it may, as near as I can tell, he's been dead for 24 hours at least, probably closer to 48.
Meaning that he was killed after the others.
Probably.
Then it fits. That's why the tramp was killed. Only Marimore. Who had the bulk of the family fortune? The captain or Redbeard?
I guess it can't hurt now. Actually, it was my uncle, Captain Mandrake. He allowed Daddy a small allowance.
So the captain owned the sanitarium.
Right. And Uncle Danny, well, he spent it as fast as he got it.
Then there is a reason. Or should I say a rhyme?
Makes sense, Monday.
I'm making all the sense in the world. Look, first the captain was killed, then Danny, the tramp, and now Redbeard. Or in childhood verse, rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief.
Hey, everybody, come on. Everybody form a big group around me. Come on. You and you, form a big group here. Come on. Everybody get around me.
Well, now Redbeard's dead. Near as we can figure, poisoned. A woman's modus operandi. But is the killer a man or a woman? Or a man dressed as a woman? Theories ran around my mind like children on a playground, chanting the same tune over and over. Rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief, doctor, lawyer, sailor chief. Well, step right up, folks. We got one of each, with a few left over. The police showed up and did their usual 6s and 7s. After they left, the atmosphere in the place was a little edgy.
So, what did the police say?
They have a theory. They think it was murder.
Yes, and they seem a little bored with it all.
Can you blame them? This place is starting to be part of their route.
Still, just seems a little bit odd that they didn't assign someone to stay behind as part of the follow-up.
I wonder how the good doctor is taking it.
This could be something.
I think it's okay.
Okay, listen up. Everybody against the wall over there. Come on now, step lively, step lively.
Will you relax?
Don't make me get ugly.
I
Come
was
on.
afraid it would come to this.
Come on, form a straight line over there. You too, Beatrice.
Me?
All's fair in love and war.
Yeah, but who said it?
Get over there.
Oh, I'm crushed.
Okay, now listen up. Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Oh, Sergeant Carter.
Golly!
Stick it in your ears, Shakespeare. Now here's the situation as I see it. Harnell, Redbeard, he probably participated in all 3 of those murders. In fact, he might have done all 3 murders by himself. But he had a partner, and his partner decided to go into business for himself.
Why do you think Redbeard is in on it?
Have you been in his room? Have any of you been in his room? There's way too much evidence of foul play in there, especially on the desk. Where's Hibernetta and that DA lady?
They're not here.
What?
They're not here, sir. Look, Morrissey, just figure out who's in line to inherit.
Just about everybody here, right?
Not necessarily. And there's an easy way to find out.
Watch it, watch it, watch it.
Why don't you take your widow gun and go over there?
Okay, but don't you try anything.
Lily,
Yo,
you wrote the will both for the captain and Redbeard, right? Not the one you lied about, the real one.
I already told you I have a professional confidence.
Yes, but since both clients are now deceased, the next logical and legal step would be the reading of the will. I think we should hear Redbeard since he was last to die.
I don't know. It's just so, well, it's most unorthodox. I have spent years building up my reputation, and I will not be bullied.
For God's sake, Lily, people's lives are at stake.
Miramore,
Ow!
no. You don't know what you're doing.
I may be saving your life. Better reason is I might be saving my life. They're in there, Mr. Monday.
Mr. Monday, I implore you, you cannot read those. Right now, the killer can only suspect what's in them. If they're read out loud, then the killer will know for sure.
Why do you always say he?
I ain't overstepping any unions. Here, Lily, read Redbeard's will.
Now then, for the record, I want to state that this is under protest.
Read the will. I got a gun. Hey, wait, what? Hey.
I have got to put in for overtime.
Morrissey! Behave yourself, and you'll get this back at the end of the year.
This has been a tough day.
It's not exactly the Brady Bunch in here, is it?
What's going on?
We're about to hear Redbeard's will.
What is it called for? 21 gun salute? Oh, I need this more than you do.
How dare you?
Afraid to share it?
What do you think you're doing? I will not be treated like a child.
Keep this away from your sister. We need clear heads in here tonight.
Back to me, back to me, back to me. Funny. Look, no one tells me what I can or cannot do.
If we're done playing keep away, may I begin?
Please.
So you knew who he was all along. You're the one who did it.
Of course she knew who he was. She's his daughter.
I'm getting so confused.
The last will and testament of Percival Harold Mandrake, to be read. Okay, since we're cutting corners, I'm just going to give you the meat of the thing. Basically, and as is the case here, if the brothers are dead at the time of the reading, the bulk of the estate goes to Miramore.
All right. After Miramore, who gets it?
Then it comes to me. And then to Mary. But there are two important codicils to the will. One, half of the estate goes to Hibernetta in any case.
All right.
Two, better read this. In my amorous meanderings, I accidentally fathered an illegitimate child. I feel sure, however, that once this will is made known, that heir will come forward and be rightfully awarded half of the estate.
Wait, does that mean I get half of estate, or does she get half, or who get half of mine, or what?
What other heir?
Oh, there's not one.
Oh, apparently there is. Oh, it's all there in black and white. And I'm sure you all noticed that he never mentioned gender. so that this new heir could be either a man or a woman.
Well, I don't understand.
You're confused. Take a look at her.
So I got 1/2 of a whole, or a half of a half, or a quarter of an estate?
Where are you
or-
going?
Well, Hans isn't here. I was just going to go get him.
Oh, right. I was just going to tell you to do that.
Well, Lily, you wrote the will. Why is that part in there, the other heir?
Why is it in there? I'll tell you why. It's another of Daddy's little jokes, that's why. Let's face it, he never professed any love for any of us, so he put in that amendment to get us at each other's throats. He wants us to kill each other off.
Wanted. Past tense.
No, wants. He may be dead, but his deeds are very much alive. Alive and kicking. His curtain speech is turning into a prophecy and a curse. That's what he's left us. That's what he's bequeathed us. A deadly resolve. A legacy of murder. He wants to rid the world of mandrakes. To wipe us out. To erase forever the strain. Leaving no trace, no reminder. Except a trail of blood. Our blood. Yes, Mary, you were right. You were so...
No.
What the?
No!
Morrissey,
Oh my
get over
God.
I ain't moving.
You wanted in on this, you're in it. Get over here.
I told you. I told you all.
So, Monday, where's your theory now? Rich man, poor man, beggar man? You had me scared out of my wits, and when everybody was watching me, the killer gets to her.
Yes, but who did it? And how?
Maybe it was our detective here. After all, he's the one who took us on this wild goose chase, him and his theories. Maybe it was just diversionary tactics.
No. It's all true, and it's still following the pattern.
Yeah, rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief. Doctor's next.
Look at this.
What is it?
The playbill from the Holmes Theater. They're doing the Radium Chronicles.
So?
She had the lead role of Madame Curie, Dr. Marie Curie.
Everybody, stay away from me. Just stay away from me.
So you want to be a private eye, huh? Well, you just saw someone get murdered right in front of you. Or did you? We're going to take a little break now, and to give yourselves a chance to unwind a bit, for your listening pleasure, we have a trombone player. Excuse me? What? No. We do not have a trombone player. Oh, how am I going to explain this to the DL community band? All right, listen up. I'm going to fill you in on something. I haven't exactly been on the up and up with this group here, but you all saw that, didn't you? You saw me mislead them, right? Well, and the good doctor wasn't far off. Redbeard did know who the killer was, and he left a few clues behind. Tell you what I'm going to do. During intermission, I'm going to let you see Redbeard's desk. See if you can look over the clues and determine who the killer is for yourself. Oh, and one other thing. Not all the suspects have been introduced just yet. So if I were you, I wouldn't get too comfortable. Well, you knew there was going to be a storm, didn't you? Part of the atmosphere, you might say. You get a gander at Redbeard's desk? Then you probably know who did it. I hope you noticed everything that was on the desk, but I hope you also noticed what was missing. Well, as you noticed about the suspects, the more they try to hide something, the more it wants to come out. What are you doing?
Trying to see what time it is. It's dark over there. Hey,
What?
tell me again, why can't we leave the house?
You want to leave? Go ahead.
Really? By myself?
If you want to.
I don't know.
Let me ask you this. If you were going to attack somebody, wouldn't you do it at night?
No, it's dark.
Really?
What a dumb question. You could fall in a hole. You could shoot your buddy.
Okay, you made your point. I need you to stick around for when the cops get here anyway.
I think Miss DA is calling them right now.
Now, where was I? Right. I want you to notice that nobody has searched the house yet, looking for evidence, shall we say. That's what I'm waiting for.
I still can't believe it. I can't believe she just died like that. So horrible.
You know a good way to die?
But there, right in front of us.
Yeah. Rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief. Doctor. Where's Lily?
Talk to the police?
Yes, they asked that from now on, every time somebody gets murdered, could we just phone it in?
At least the phones are still working.
For the time being. By the way, I haven't seen Hans or Beatrice lately.
I got them watching each other.
Maybe we ought to search the house?
Why do you say that?
It's standard procedure.
Maybe. Maybe. Listen up, everyone. There's one other lie I want to clear up. I sat on it too long already.
What? Why are you looking at me?
It's time to come clean, Doctor.
You saying that I'm not sterile?
Oh, you're dirty, all right. I just want to find out how dirty.
What are you driving at? Why are you here?
You ought to know. You hired me.
Me? I hired you?
Or should I say the real Dr. Morrissey hired me?
Wait, he's not the real Dr. Morrissey?
No.
This is getting to be too much. I can't take it anymore. I've got goldfish.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. People are dying right and left. Do you expect me to be lucid?
Okay, you got me. Now let me
Hold it.
Oh,
Just-
Harry!
Just a second. I'm just reaching for my badge.
Let me.
I'm ticklish, so shoot me. That's just a matter of expression.
Doesn't matter. I figured you were a cop.
Yeah, sure. How'd you come to that conclusion, Sherlock?
Yeah, Harry, how did you know?
When the police left here last time, they didn't leave an officer behind. Even Lily noticed it. And why didn't they? Maybe because they already had one here. Figured it was you.
Why?
Because you got the flattest feet I ever heard.
I figured you're right.
Look.
The name's Ramke, Dan Ramke. I'm a cop. And
Ramke?
yes, Ramke. You want to make something out of it?
Maybe later.
Yeah, to clean out these couch cushions. Hey, I found $1.
Where's the real Dr. Morrissey?
No, we've got him safely stored across town under guard, and the way people keep getting bumped off around here, I figure he's innocent too.
And he didn't tell you he called me? Interesting.
Wait! Nobody knows that he's here or can verify that he's really a cop. What if he's not? Credentials can be falsified, you know.
Why do you figure it's him?
Posing as a doctor, he would have access to all sorts of drugs and poisons.
I don't think it's him. I figure it's Lily.
What?
Look around. She's gone.
Gone.
Wait. Who's that?
It's Lily.
Lily?
Lily!
Stop her!
Lily!
Stop her!
She just hit that pole!
Oh my God.
No!
I can't see a thing!
Oh,
Someone
my
get to
God.
Holly while he has a
Listen.
flashlight! I can't see a thing!
Everyone listen to me. Listen. We have to try to get to that car. Hibernetta, you stay here with Mary. Morrissey, Ramke, take this. See if you can find some flashlights. You ought to know the place better than any of us.
I think there's some in the pantry.
Okay, Tara, go with him.
Go with him? What if he's the murderer?
Yeah, I still vote for him.
What is this, an election?
Look, if he's the killer and he kills Tara, then we'll know who he really is.
Oh.
Oh, well, that makes me feel better.
Go on.
So, know any ghost stories?
You are sick. You know that? I'm talking mental here.
Just thinking out loud. Thought of another thing, too.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, you're gonna hear it. See, we know Morrissey ain't really a doctor, right? But he's the one that pronounced Marimore dead. But what if she's not?
Not what?
Not dead. What if Marimore's not dead? You think it was Morrissey, right?
Yeah.
Well, I always figured it was Marimore. This is just the kind of theatrics that she would pull. What if they're in on it together?
Well, that doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, she was already going to inherit.
Well, not all of it. She still had me to contend with. I get half no matter what.
Oh, of course she's dead. Why, she's in that back room over there.
Yeah? You seen her lately? Have you actually been back there?
No, of course not. But, stay away from me.
I'm over here. Another thing, doesn't it seem odd that Lily would just drive off and crash like that? Like, what if it wasn't an accident? What if someone tampered with her brakes?
I am telling you, Marimore is dead.
Oh, if that's true, Mary, then it just leaves me and you. Think about it, Mary. I don't believe any of this business about another unknown heir. It's like Marimore said, Redbeard just put that in the will to get us at each other's throats. So you see, that just leaves me and... Me? I'm by myself in here? Mary? Mary? Oh, it's you, isn't it? Of course. Rich man, poor man, beggar-man, thief, doctor, lawyer, sailor, chief. It's you, isn't it? You're not in the rhyme. You hear that, Mary? I'm on to you. You and your social life where no one really knows where you are half the time. You hear that, Mary? I'm on to you. I can't believe that. Oh. No.
What is all of this? No! No! Someone help me, anyone! Harry! Wait, who are you? Stay away from me, you hear? Stay away!
It's all right, lady. You don't need to worry about nothing.
Stay away!
Lady, I ain't gonna hurt you.
I'm not afraid to use this.
Ooh, she don't look so good.
Tara, what were you? You. Back away from her.
Yeah, but we were just...
You all right, kid?
Oh, she never even touched me.
I was talking to the lady.
I was doing just fine until King Kong here shows up.
You. Sit down, boy. Go on, sit down. Sit. Sit down. Go on. Good boy.
Did you get to the car?
No, it's still burning. I was almost up to it when I heard you scream. Say, how come we got lights?
That's what I was coming to tell you. Dr. Morrissey, the cop, he remembered that this place has a backup generator for medical emergencies. So, well, I get in here and...
Not another one. Nice touch.
Never mind about that. What about him?
What's happened now? I heard another scream. Oh, no.
Just a minute.
She was like that when I found her.
Are you sure?
Do you think I would be stupid enough to kill someone and then just hang around?
You would if you were trying to look innocent.
Yeah, well, what about you? It sure took you a long time to get up here from the basement.
I ran into Hans, and he helped me start the generator, so I have an excuse.
Yeah, by golly, I saw him start that thing.
Just a minute. This is not in the right place.
I almost tripped over that when I came into the room.
But now the dummy's gone.
Oh, here he comes.
What did you say?
Danny O'Donnell's dummy has disappeared.
Oh, can you do seashells, seashells, seashells,
Never
seashells?
mind. What's his story?
His name's Thunder O'Brien.
That's right.
Prize fighter. Says he was supposed to meet Hibernetta out here.
Maybe he did.
You believe him?
You want to call him a liar?
And he just suddenly shows up when all the lights go out.
Well, I believe him. Sit down, boy. If he was going to strangle someone, he'd use his bare hands. Not this. This is off a lawnmower, isn't it, Hans?
Where did you get that? I've been looking for it.
Somebody tried to jumpstart Hibernetta.
Oh.
Mary? Where's Mary?
She's probably dead, too. Somebody should just turn this place into a drive-in cemetery. One murderer, no waiting.
Well, what if there are more than one murderer?
And Beatrice, where is she?
Oh, that's what I was coming to tell you. Here, I found in here this note in the kitchen.
Harry, I thought of something else. Mary, she was with Hibernetta, remember? But Mary, she's
It's
not.
not in the rhyme. I know. What's the note say?
It says she couldn't take it anymore and she lit out.
Is that her handwriting?
I don't know.
She wasn't one of yours then, another officer?
No. She really works here. She was just helping us out.
She was probably the only one of us who's actually who she said she was.
Why are you talking in past tense? What are you finding down there, Monday?
Wallet, comb, pair of glasses, and license to carry a pistol. Maybe you should check her yourself.
That's okay. I trust you for now.
Harry, I'm starting to get scared.
Me too, Harry.
Who's doing all of this?
Well, one thing's for sure. The killer's not just going to walk up and knock on the front door.
Is there anything else the killer's not going to do?
All right. All right.
Dude, don't shoot. I ain't got no money.
Who are you?
Who am
I asked first.
Tetley. Rita Tetley. I live in that house way over there.
Yeah, sure. Been there some time, have you?
Yeah, man. Many, many years.
Then you must know Dr. Morrissey.
Sup? Where's the real Dr. Morrissey?
He's Dr. Morrissey.
No, dude. Dude, no. That is not Dr. Morrissey. Who are you people?
It's all right, Miss Tetley, please come sit down.
Jill, not until I know what's going on around here.
Fair enough. But you go first. What brings you over here on such a miserable night?
Can you tell Dr. Morrissey that the roads are closed? The wind or something blew down a bunch of trees.
Why didn't you just telephone?
I was going to ask that.
I was gonna call, but then I heard that explosion. Dude, there is a car over there that.
Well, yes, we know.
Well, I figured I'd go investigate what that noise was and check it out. And investigate.
Investigate?
What was that?
That was that generator.
Oh, wait. How long have the roads been closed?
Don't know. Police called me half an hour ago.
The police?
The police, firemen, Boy Scouts. Who are you people?
Show her your credentials. What are you getting at?
Mount Rushmore over there. If the road's been closed that long, then how did he get here?
Just as I thought. You've been here some time, haven't you?
Yeah? So what?
Nice jacket there, boy.
Thank you.
Not again!
wow.
Don't you get
Okay,
the
all right.
generator
Hold it.
work?
Hold it down. Hold it down,
Little
everybody.
bit?
We've been through this before, right? So everyone just stay where you are and stay calm, right? Right? Tara? Ramke? Mother! Ramke, is that you? This is no time for games. All right, we could play a couple games if you wanna. No, don't come any closer. I'm warning you. Now, who are you?
Mr. Monday?
Mary? Is that you?
Yes, it's me. Please help.
Where have you been?
I've been hiding in the basement. I'm so frightened.
Did you kill the generator?
I didn't kill anybody. I mean, I was hiding, in the basement, waiting for you all to catch the killer. And then the generator stopped, and I knew somebody would be coming to fix it.
All right, take my hand.
Well, what are you doing?
I need to see your uncle's room. Take me there.
Well, I don't know where that is.
That's what I thought. Follow me.
Hello? Is anybody in here? I found a flashlight. Harry, did you go outside again? No, stop it!
Ow!
You get near me again, I'll punch your lights out.
Day's already out.
Hold this.
Okay.
You've got a lot of explaining to do, Buster.
I'm no good at explaining.
What is the idea of tackling me?
I thought you were somebody else.
Yoo-hoo!
Shh, somebody's coming.
Yoo-hoo! Folks? Anybody? Boy, much more distant I'm going to be talking to myself. Hey, Pike Gully, I am talking to myself. Oh, I hope. Ain't nobody in here, is there? Look, I ain't done nothing. I'm just a poor, colorful gardener with a cute and sometimes exasperating accent.
Okay, now both of you just stay calm.
I got the generator working again. What's going on in here?
We don't know. The lights was out.
I know, I got the generator working again. What's going on in here?
We don't know. The lights was out.
I know, I got the generator working
Will
again.
you guys knock it off?
Sorry, I couldn't find an off-ramp.
We don't know. The lights. I told you was no good at explaining. Jeez.
Harry.
Mary!
Scary. Well, I don't have many lines, and it's just, well.
How do you think I feel?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I want everyone. Where's Tetley?
Coming. I'm coming.
What? With the power going on and off, all the food's gonna go bad in that fridge. That's one thing that's always bothered me about those mysteries, man. The lights going on and off. Dude, all that food.
Yeah. Take a seat. Listen up. I got an announcement. I know who the killer is. That's right, I know who did it. I bet you do too. But before you go making up your minds, there's one more thing you should know. Danny O'Donnell's room has been ransacked. Now that ought to really tip you off. That's the one clue I've been waiting for. The big giveaway.
What's this?
Just a second. Now I want you to think back to when everyone first arrived here. And try to remember everything that happened that first day.
You got light? How did you guys get light?
Light, heck, who's he talking to?
Remember how each suspect acted and what they looked like.
Hey, we're trying to have a murder over here. Shh. Okay, sorry.
It's all important, especially when you think of Marimore.
How come you guys always hold these meetings without me?
Are my ribs hurting your elbow?
Well, excuse me.
Then try to remember the chain of events that followed, especially the reading of the will.
Why am I always the one left alone in the dark?
Hey, man. You're never alone. Want a sandwich, dude?
That's okay.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to them.
To them?
Right, the gentle readers. The omnipresent audience that sees all, knows all. The ubiquitous they everyone is always referring to, as in they know all about it, or they saw everything. The chilling shadows of the night, the prying eyes.
Oh, hold me, I'm scared!
Get off of me, jeez.
What did you ask him?
I forgot.
Ooh. It's a metaphor. Dude, he just had a realization. He saw a light in the darkness. The end of a long tunnel. A long, dark, dank, bat-infested tunnel.
You touch me again, I'm gonna slap every hair off your head. Jeez.
All right, everyone back to the living room.
But it's dark over there. How did he do that?
It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. Get out of my way.
Oh.
Okay. Is everyone comfortable?
Who knows?
Now let's go over the whole story.
Couldn't we just hit the highlights?
Can I have a ham sandwich? Is there any ham there?
Okay. Everybody knows the basic points, right?
Well, if we don't, we can always ask them.
All right. First, the captain was killed. Then Danny, the tramp.
We know. Rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief, doctor, lawyer, sailor chief. And now they're all dead.
But Mary, she's not in the rhyme.
Now, just a minute.
Now hold on. Tara's right. Mary is not in the rhyme, that's true. But only if the rhyme is true.
Right. Huh?
Suppose somebody isn't dead.
Like Mandrake.
Marimore.
Oh, it's the dummy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No, it's Marimore, isn't it? Oh, all this rich man, poor man stuff. It's just like her. You said she was dead, but she's not, is she?
Yeah, she's dead, all right. Either that or she's been lying still for a long time.
Yeah, he's not a doctor, Harry, and I don't believe he's a cop.
I'm a cop.
He's not a cop.
What?
I'm not a cop.
That's to say that being a cop isn't the real reason you're here. Oh, that might be the official reason, but not the real reason, Officer Dan Ramkey.
No, it's not.
That's right. Because Dan Ramkey is yet another anagram for Mandrake.
What?
Folks, meet the missing Mandrake heir.
Okay, you got me. But I didn't kill nobody, see?
Thank you, Humphrey Bogart.
I didn't. You gotta believe me. I didn't kill nobody.
Stop it.
Oh, thanks. I needed that. Oh, I didn't need that.
I love being a PI.
More like PU if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm coming to you.
Uh-oh.
Whoops.
Hans, the gardener. There are several clues that point directly to you. Redbeard was found buried in the greenhouse. Hibernetta was strangled with a lawnmower cord. And that note in Redbeard's room.
Which note?
Oh, yeah, what was all that stuff?
Fair enough. Let's go over it. In his room and on his desk, I found a cup and saucer, a book on makeup and disguises, one glove, an empty envelope addressed to Lily, a page from a typewriter with a poem on it, and a notepad on which was written, "Tandem bike at first," and "Must write Africa."
So, it's in the note?
How does that point to Hans?
Just think, what is a tandem bike?
It's a two-seater.
A bicycle built for two. A bicycle built for two!
Right, at first. What's the first lyric to Bicycle Built for Two?
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, dude.
I'm half crazy, all for the
love of you.
Thank you. That was good. That's good.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due. See, I think it's where the dog was digging.
The dog?
That's right, he got oil on him. That's right, oil. So thick below the ground, some of it's coming to the surface in a few places. When I first arrived here, Beatrice told me the dog had been rubbing himself on the piano leg in there. I took a gander at the old 88 and found oil on one of its legs. See, somebody knew this.
Maybe it was Beatrice.
No, I don't think so. See, Beatrice is dead.
Dad, how do you know that?
I'm coming to that.
Soon, I hope.
Let me ask you this. How do you figure Marimore was poisoned?
I think she might have been poisoned.
Right, but how was she poisoned?
Oh, come on, Monday. It was in the flask. Wait now. Before she died, somebody took the flask from her. Who was that?
It was Hibernetta.
Yeah, but then somebody took the flask from her. It was you. You took the flask from Hibernetta.
I was right here, right in front of you. When would I have had time to poison the flask?
Then Tara gave the flask to Mary.
Why does it always come back to me?
Sure you don't want a sandwich, dude?
Yeah.
All right. Another thing about that stuff on Redbeard's desk. Besides everything that was there, did anybody notice what was missing? There was a letter, which was cut open. Where was the letter opener?
I picked it up in here.
Exactly. Somebody had moved it. Somebody had been in there.
But what about the other stuff, like the cup and saucer?
Red herring. Placed there to make us think that Redbeard had drunk the poison.
How do you know it was a red herring?
Because it was cleaned. Just think. If a killer cleans a cup, it's because he or she doesn't want the evidence to be found, right? No. If that's the case, why not simply remove the cup?
Yeah.
Well, what about that poem?
Right. It's a clever person I find who can really get me hung. The benefits we all leave behind to someone who speaks with forked tongue.
Well, doesn't that mean someone who lies? That could be anybody here.
Perhaps, but consider this. Redbeard traveled all over the world, and he might have spent some time with an Indian tribe. That's why I think he wrote it. One who speaks with forked tongue, or someone who speaks with two voices.
Oh, Mr. O'Donnell, the ventriloquist. Oh, this is better than the trades.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But we've all been in that room by now. What's the big deal about somebody removing the letter opener?
Because it was removed before we all went in there. No, I believe Hans is right.
Yeah, good.
O'Donnell was killed and he had all the answers. Sure, Redbeard was the last to die, but he could only bequeath what he legally owned. In other words, what had been granted to him by his beneficiary, his older brother, Captain Mandrake. Think for a minute. Do you believe for 1 minute that the good captain would have left anything to Redbeard?
Nah.
No. I'm betting he would have bequeathed it all to Danny.
And we never heard his will.
Exactly. Because no one thought to look for it until now. See, I was betting that if anyone did snap to the fact that we never heard the captain's will, they would have gone looking for it. Unless they already knew what was in it. That's when I knew that our killer had to be Lily Dramkey.
I believe that's check, Mr. Monday.
Checkmate, Miss Dramkeen.
But you'll have to prove it.
You were the one with the letter opener right after we discovered Redbeard dead.
But how did you figure it was her?
It always bothers me when women show up wearing gloves. Sure, Mary wears gloves because it's part of her society look. But when you showed up wearing gloves, I was a little confused. Then we found out you were working for the DA's office, so it was only a matter of you not wanting to get fingerprints on any evidence. But Lily, why were you wearing gloves?
But Hibernetta, she saw Lily run across the field, get in the car, and drive off. How could she have escaped that explosion?
Oh, Hibernetta did think that she saw her. Unfortunately, it was really Beatrice who sped to her death.
Oh.
Remember what we found in Hibernetta's purse? A pair of glasses. My guess is she was myopic.
What were you saying about the gloves?
Right. A very strong, sturdy gloves that couldn't be pierced easily. You see, I think the type of poison used here is akin to the kind usually found on the tips of blow darts used in blowguns. The kind usually found in...
Africa! Must write Africa the note on the desk.
Say what?
Lily was guarding her briefcase very closely until she got next to her sister. She knew she would snatch it away from her. I wondered why it wasn't locked at the time, but think back clearly. Marimore pricked her finger on one of the latches. That's when she was poisoned. That also explains the one glove in Redbeard's room. He must have been running some tests. And you were right about one thing, Ramkey. He did have an accomplice. And who could Redbeard trust if not his own daughter? Of course, he was wrong. That also makes up for the book on makeup and disguises, one he must have used many times before. A talent passed down to his ominous offspring. Only this time, the book was taken out by his daughter, and so was he.
But if Lily was dead, I mean, if she knew that we all thought she was dead, why would she come back?
Well, 2 reasons. She had to get rid of the rest of the beneficiaries, and she never found Danny's will. Remember? The dummy disappeared?
But when did he get back here?
I took the dummy when you were all looking through Redbeard's room. See, I figured that Danny could only trust his last will and testament to his lifelong vaudeville partner.
I wondered where that went when I hid back there before.
So that's how you knew I wasn't Dr. Morrissey.
Well, then who's he?
Him? He's my boxer, Kid Gloves. Take a bow, kid. Figured I could use a little muscle on this case, so I gave him a buzz.
All right, Monday. Now gently put the gun down.
Lily, you'll never get away.
I've had enough of your B-movie dialogue. Now gently put the gun down. I told you it wasn't checkmate. See, you forgot one very important detail. You found a license to carry a pistol on Hibernetta, but no pistol. Didn't you wonder what became of it?
Brother, you forget one little detail. So you came up with the rich man, poor man scheme.
I needed something theatrical. Something so outrageous that none of you would think that I, the cold calculating lawyer, could ever come up with such a plan.
Look, Lily,
Don't worry, boss. I'll take care of this.
Stay back or I'll shoot.
I don't think so.
Oh!
I was wrong.
You can't kill Soap, by golly.
Hans.
Now, no more cute moves. As you can see, I don't bluff.
Time out. One question. Why do you shoot the trombone player?
God, I hate the trombone. Sounds like a cat on Valium.
Okay, gosh. Time in.
So that's why you did it? You wanted everything to yourself. You wanted all of the land and all of the oil and everything and even the goldfish. Oh.
She was padding her part.
I didn't say anything.
Harry!
Tara!
Oh, God. So, Monday, that just leaves you and me. And now, God, do it again. So now I'm out of bullets. But that leaves me with kind of a really big problem. Too many witnesses. Oh, yeah, you all sides. And now I'm going to have to eliminate you one by one. And I'm going to start with you.